Hi everyone, this is Akash and welcome to PySpark Learning Hub. Today we are diving into a PySpark problem, but not just any problem, but the one that will challenge your thinking and sharpen your skills. And in this video, we'll walk you through my approach step by step so you can learn, practice, and grow. Solving a PySpark problem follows a simple process where we will try to understand and discuss the problem, and then we will try to identify the input and expected output, and then we will try to write the PySpark code. All right, let's look at today's problem statement. So today's problem statement, what we have is class more than 5 students. So the problem statement is we have to write a PySpark code to find all the classes that have at least 5 students. That means we have to write a PySpark code to find those classes. Okay, we have different classes: math, English, bio, computers. Okay, so in this, what we have to find out is we have to find out those classes which have at least 5 students. Clear? I think the question statement is very clear. There is nothing complicated. We have to return the classes which have at least 5 students, right? And return the result table in any order. That means order doesn't matter, correct? So let us see the input and expected output. I have already created the data and schema for you. You don't have to write this thing. If you want this particular notebook, you can go to my GitHub location and you can download the 35th. After solving this problem, I will upload the notebook into this GitHub project. You can see Akash SJC and PySpark Learning Hub Easy Notebook. You can download and import that in your Databricks Community Edition and you can start practicing. Okay. So I've created the data and schema. Let us see the input data frame. The input data frame, what we have is student ID and class name. In class name, if you notice, we have different class. Okay. For example, student ID A is part of math, B is part of English, so on and so forth. And if you see, we have at least 5 students for math, more than five, I would say. Correct. So the output should be math, correct? Because math has at least 5 students, okay, right? Five or more than five, okay. So the expected output is also clear. The input also we have seen it. Now before starting step 3, I want you to pause this video and try to solve it. If you did not get the solution also, it is fine, but it is important to give a try. Remember, practice is the only way to learn PySpark. All right, let's see how we can solve this problem. Okay, so here the approach is very clear, right? First, what we have to do is we have to group the data, correct? Group the data with the help of class name and find out the count, which is aggregate function. As you know that whenever we group the data, we have to perform some aggregate function, correct? So the same way we will do it. We will try to find out how many students are there in each class with the help of count. Later we will put the filter. This is the first approach. The second approach, what we can do is we can find out the same thing with the help of Windows function. Okay, I have not shown Windows function, but let me show in this video. So how do we apply group by here? Df dot group by. Yes, that is correct. Df dot group by we will apply, and group by what column we want to do it? Yes, that is correct. Class name, right? Class name. Once we group by, we perform aggregate function, right? in which we want to perform count. Count of what? Count of star. If you don't give anything also, it is fine. It will, anyhow we have only one column, right? So it will give you the same result. Let me see the expected output. Count is missing one position. Okay, so count we can give, count star we can give, right? Count star, or if want you can give the student ID also, right? Student ID also you can give it, correct? So let me give student ID also. See, now we have math, English, bio, computers, right? So let me rearrange this thing, correct? Now here what we can do is, let me give a alias to this. How do we apply alias? Because we have to use a column statement and use alias as count cnt I will give. Okay, as count. Let us see. Column is not iterable. It is saying, let me see if I can use like this. Yes, I can use like this, right? So now let us say, let me execute this statement and see the count. Yes, we are able to get the count. Now what we can do is, we can apply a filter, right? Let me use the filter statement here, and we want to filter on CNT, correct? So column CNT should be greater than or equal to 5, right? So this is very simple, correct? And let us see, we should get only math, correct? There you go. See, we have achieved the expected output. If want, you can use the select statement, correct? To extract only class name, right? Let me execute it. Yeah, there you go. We have achieved the expected output. Please follow the same way, the way I'm writing the code. If you see, for every keyword or function, I'm using a new line, correct? So what will happen is, it is very easy if someone want to understand this code, right? They will understand it very easily. What I have done here: group by, perform aggregate on count, then filter, then select. Okay, so try to follow this approach only. If you write in a single line, right, you won't be able to read it. Okay, so it is better. In PySpark we usually write the code in this kind of manner, right? So let us try to solve the same problem with the help of Windows function. So for Windows function, we know that we have to import few functions, which is from PySpark dot SQL dot window, and import window function. We need to import it, correct? And then we have to import the count function. Count, I think I have imported all the functions here, so not a worry. Windows is something I have to import it, right? So dot window, I think dot window and import. Let me execute this thing. Yes. Now, how do we perform this thing? Firstly, we have to create a new column of count. Okay. How do we do that? Using with column, right? Later, student count, or let me give CNT itself. Okay, and what we have to do here is, if you want to perform some count function, you use count. Count of what? Count of student ID, isn't it? Count of student ID. And over, you want to use it, over function, dot over function. And here you have to perform window dot partition by. Partition by is equivalent to group by what you use here. Correct? What we are doing group by class name, right? So here what we do is partition by. Yes, that is correct. Partition by class name. Correct? Once that is done, let us try to see the output. See here for each, what is difference here between group by and your Windows function is, for Windows function you will get the expected output. The input remains the same, but the count, whatever aggregate you are getting, you will get in a new column. Correct. In that way, you are not changing the input. Okay. So whenever you have a case where you want the input to be not changed, but you want to apply group by, in that scenario we will go for Windows function, else we will go for group by. Okay. Now we know that what we have to do here, we have to extract, apply the filter, right? The same way, apply the filter. Let me do that. Apply the filter on CNT, column CNT should be greater than or equal to 5, and you want to extract only class name, right? We just want to extract the class name and show function. See here also we are getting a lot of input here. Okay. So what we can apply is, we can apply distinct here, right? If you apply distinct, it will go. In this problem statement, it is better to use group by because it will suit us a lot. Windows function is very expensive operation. Any function, any problem statement, if you know that it can be solved with the help of group by, then you should go for group by only, because Windows is very costly operation. So if you compare this solution also, you will go with group by, isn't it? Right? So always go with group by first. If not, then use Windows function. So this is how we have to solve the PySpark problem. I've shown two various way. If you have some other way, do let me know in the comment section. So I would love to hear how you have solved this problem. Drop your approach in the comment below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone who is on their PySpark journey. If you enjoyed this video and want to practice more, make sure to check out my YouTube channel for plenty of similar PySpark challenge. The link also I have given in the same notebook. You can also visit my GitHub repository where I have shared a wide range of problem and solution to help you sharpen your skills. Link also I've given in the same notebook. For latest update, tutorials and tips, don't forget to follow me on LinkedIn. Let's stay connected and keep learning together. LinkedIn also you can find in the same notebook. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, happy coding. Thank you.